Puggles, I'm doing great. I'm doing great here. Just saw my Pinnacle team took a W, and we just had a great match on stream in the last one. I thought the reverse sweep was about to be a possibility. I'm waiting, Puggles. I'm waiting to send out that reverse sweep announcement. It's like it's like one of those things. It's like you just dream of it. You want to send out a reverse sweep announcement, but unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be. But hey, maybe we'll get one here with Aurora taking on Kiwis. Well, Puggles, both these teams coming in 2-0, and I also realized I didn't send them the lobby info, so that's why they're not joining. So I just realized that is not a fact that I learned, but it is something that I realized at this very moment. I was like, why are they not joining the lobby? Oh yeah, you got to send them the lobby info. But yeah, both these teams going in 2-0, and well, maybe Puggles, maybe you could take over for a second while I get these guys actually in the lobby so we can get the game going.
Time they went 3-1 against Diffusion and 3-2 against Vandals. So Vandals, they're looking like a good team. But unfortunately, that's not what this series is about. It's about Aurora and Kiwis. So it looks like we got everyone up here in the lobby here, Rocketman. So I just gotta ask you for your prediction, and then we can kick it off right away.
Well, Puggles, I also have to apologize because not only did I not send the lobby info, but I had you muted until very recently. So, well,
Well,
I know. This
wow.
one's on me. This one's on me. I wasn't expecting to be casting it. Well, I knew I was going to be casting this roomie, so I apologize. I will take the hit. Puggles, I will say he gave a great intro. You guys missed it, but I'm sure you can read lips. I'm sure we had some lip readers in the chat. They were like, "Man, he's really giving his heart and soul out here in this one," and I think they appreciate that. But I'm going with Aurora in this one. Um, I was looking, it's hard to say early on in the season about who's going to be, the best, who are going to win these matches. But I'm liking this Aurora squad. I liking who they got on their team. So I'm going to rock with Aurora here. I'll give it a four. I'll give it Aurora in four. But I could see this one going to five. It just depends on how things go here, and we're going to have to see. As I think, we're going to get everyone joined up in here and get things rolling.
As everyone loads up here, on the purple side for Aurora, we got Mr. Marino, Chancellor, and Dorfin. Pretty sure that's how you say it. And then it is Music, Dre, and Twisted Hydro. So, like I said, or as I didn't say actually, the big name here to look out for is Mr. Marino. He's been an OG and he's been a novice as long as I can remember, which is quite a long time here, Rocker Man.
Sure, there are some Nemesis OGs for sure, and yeah, Nemesis has been around for a long time, but there are a lot of famous faces, and a lot of new faces as well. As Dorfin is coming in, putting a statement on this one as he takes the first goal here, giving Aurora the early lead.
Big early goal here from Aurora. You know, they might have started out a little bit slower in their previous two series this season, but now they're really starting to get it going early as the season goes on. And the ball once again in this Kiwi half, it seems like even though we're only 30 seconds in, it just has not been able to find the purple half for very long. As now Dre throwing it off the backboard, takes a shot on that
Oh,
Chancellor. Oh, he was able to control it at the last second, able to save it away. And Auroras are going to hold on to that 1-0 lead as Chancellor up in the air, put on target. Twisted Hydro needed to get back just in time as he looks to break it down all the way to the side of the field. Mr. Marino able to cut it off. Twisted Hydro with a demo on the back end, but Dorfin Throws it off the backboard. Marino there, not able to capitalize. But now Chancellor, off of the respawn, goes up the wall, gets a touch with it. Dre, a bit of an awkward position, just kind of floating around. It's Twisted Hydro, stays there. Dorfin, mistouch to Music. Music pops it over one, can't get the 50 past Marino. And we've seen the midfield get battled out here a little bit, Rocker Man. And I just gotta ask, which team do you think has that momentum? Just kidding, Dorfin, he's gonna score his second goal.
Yeah, and I think he's going to answer your question for you, Puckles. He says we have the momentum there as they put a shot towards them. A little bit of a whiff there. What the bouncer. You love a good bounce shot as they put it in the back of the net. And Dorfin really stepping up. I was hearing a bit about Dorfin. That was part of my reason for picking Aurora here. Obviously, we know Marino. We've seen Chancellor was on the Vandals a while back there, I believe. Season 5, maybe? Oh my goodness, and full down attempt that coming out there. As we do have to remember as well. I was talking, hyping up Dorfin. And Aurora, but we do have to remember, Puggles, that a lot of these guys in the Novice League with the raised MMR boundaries, like, a Novice is going to be way better than what people may expect from previous seasons.
Yeah, absolutely. A huge step up, and it seems like the MMR just keeps on going up, much to my dismay, as I get stuck.
The very top of Prospect.
Literally the top of Prospect, yeah. But Marino, I mean, these guys, they've seem to be working so well together here, Rocker Man. A great draft for this Novice team, as they're up 2 here with half the game remaining. Kiwis, they've had chances that have come few and far between. They've gotten only a few shots, only 4 shots on target, which is more than the Auroras, but the quality of these shots, I really can't speak to how well they've been so far.
Aurora definitely had some good quality shots. Kiwis, maybe not as many, but they've had a couple of close attempts for sure. And going back to the drafts here, I think both these teams have had good drafts with new GMs. You got Cool Kyle coming in here as the Fruit Ninjas GM, getting this roster for the Kiwis, and then you have DJD taking over as the Space Jam GM. Is, oh my goodness, the pinch attempt is just going to go a little bit high. You got to respect it. And the follow, it's off the post. The Kiwis, oh my goodness. And that is quality attempts there, Puckles, for sure. It's both those shots so very close.
Yeah, but they don't quite go in, and that's really what this Kiwi team needs right now. Is Dre looking for another double tap. Oh! He almost gets it, goes off the crossbar. Both of them goes up, but Dorfin able to save it away in time. Hydro, he collects the corner boost. He's going to keep it close to the wall here. Sticks right behind it, gets past 2. Just has to send it mid. That's a good pass there, but Dre not wanting to go up for it. Maybe a little out of the comfort zone. As he tries to 50, Marino gets it in front of the net. Twisted Hydro able to put it on target. And the Aurora defense seemed to just break down a little bit there, Rocker Man.
Yeah, just a little bit in. I think there's a rotation out for Boost potentially. Yeah, I think Chancellor or Dorfin got a little bit caught out. Maybe not having Boost, just expecting a touch to come through, but it did not come through. And the Kiwis, they get their first goal of the stream, so kind of get that out of the way. And with a minute left, they are more than in this game, and we'll see if they can battle back here. Or if this ball's just going to find the net, but they save it away.
Yeah, Twisted Hydro once again. He's coming up big on the defensive end. So he has 2 of them. Chancellor, he manages to reach the ball there. Now Dorfin walking it down to the other half. Chancellor there, throws it off the corner. Pops up a little awkward, but this Kiwi team seems to love to go for those demos, open up the backspace. This Dre steals the boost. Mr. Marino pre-jumping it, gets out mid. Dre has to throw it off the backboard, goes straight down. It's dangerous. But Dre able to clean up after his mistake. Chancellor off the corner, tries to beat Hydro, but Hydro able to save it away. And now Kiwis looking to get it out, but it gets shut down in the midfield. Hydro over to Dre. Dre off the backboard. He's going to try and follow it. Doesn't quite get the touch. And now, final 10 seconds. Stuck on the Aurora half. Ball's popped up loose. Music puts it on target. Marino gets 2 saves, and it's going to touch the ground. Aurora, they came out strong in the beginning, and they're going to take the game here.
Oh, listen, not for the Kiwis' lack of trying there at the end, Puggles. I mean, that was about as close as it gets at the end there for the Kiwis. I thought, if there's just a second more on the clock, Puggles, and then the shot may have come through and they could have tied it up and sent it to overtime. But Aurora, They built enough of the lead there with their roster. Solid performance. Mr. Marino leading the way with 4 saves on his team there. So really a solid start for Aurora and a good first win in this series.
Kiwis, they definitely looked great as well. They had 11 shots throughout that game, and they're only able to convert once. So we got to look to Kiwis and try and sharpen up that what is it, goal to shot differential. Make sure that they get in at least a few more because they had the opportunities, but they just couldn't quite put them away. And I think that's really what did them in that last game, Rocker Man.
Yeah, definitely. I think accuracy is probably the word you're looking for there, Puggles. And if they can, if they can turn that around here, get some more accurate shots here, and put these shots on target, like you said, 11 shots is a lot of shots here. And if they can just put a couple of those towards the net, like this one, oh my goodness, what a huge save! They'll have a good shot. But you don't sleep on this Aurora defense. We saw the saves coming through, and we only saw them out of position really once, and Kiwis capitalized on it, but the defense has been solid, and you love to see it. Defense will definitely win you some games here. And as they say, defense wins championships. So we'll see if the Aurora defense continues to play strong, or if the Kiwis can break through and tie the series up.
Yeah, but now the ball, it's been kind of sitting on this purple half so far as Dorfin tries to break the mold, but Dre just up faster, gets it over him. Chancellor throwing it into the corner. Dre already up in the air, gets a double touch in the corner, looks for the bump, gets it on Chancellor. Marino able to get up in time, stop Hydro. But Dre still in the corner, works it. Music is there, throws it off the corner, bounces it mid, but not able to follow it up. Twisted Hydro once again tries to put it on target, but it's loose. Dre puts it on target and it goes in off of an Aurora defender.
Here he goes. The Kiwis getting some sustained pressure in the midfield. Hydro, he can't make the touch at Aurora. They really just weren't reading that. They kind of expected him to maybe get a touch, but 2 defenders kind of caught there, and of course the finish comes through. So good on the Kiwis there to get the finish in and take a lead here. I think this is it's got to be their first lead of the series. So good way to start game 2.
Yeah, it is, and something I say all the time in these lower leagues is that first goal is a pretty big determining factor of who's going to win the game. So we're going to need to see Aurora bounce back and big time if we want to see them take this game. But right now they're trying to work this midfield. Dre, he's already there in the corner, pops it up. Dorfin able to save it away. Music puts it on target, but Marino able to clear it away. Dorfin's up, looking for the double touch, but Hydro able to send it away in time. Dre gonna stick on it. Chancellor beats him there. Goes up off the wall, tries to get it mid, does get it mid. Dorfin just puts it a little off target. Twisted Hydro all the way down to Music, a huge shot, and nobody from Aurora was expecting that. And to be honest, I wasn't either, Austin.
Yeah, Music, he's just cherry picking down here, and a lot of times, Pogos, I remember when I was first playing the game, it was like, hey, let's go send someone downfield. I'm downfield, come pass me the ball, come throw it down the field, and it often didn't work out, but this is one of those times where these guys are a little higher ranked than maybe I was back then doing the cherry picking, but this is one of those instances where it worked perfectly. The Music was just waiting down there, and a good goal, and a 2-0 lead for the Kiwis. So a great start here as we're approaching halfway, and the Kiwis' pressure it's starting to show some cracks in the Aurora defense.
Yeah, Aurora, they haven't been able to find the defensive press they've had last time, and I mean, credit's due. Kiwis, they've been able to suffocate this Aurora team on their own half as Dre once again takes it up the wall, looking to get it out. Dorfin tries to bump him off, but 2 Aurora players go. Dre still staying on the ball. The ball pops out mid. Hydro's there, able to get a 50. Music, a big pop, tries to send it mid. It goes over, but Dre is there, tries to send it down, and unfortunately not able to have a teammate follow it up. As Hydro stalling out in the midfield, letting his teammates get back. A double commit from Kiwis, Mr. Marino, sending it to the right, open space. He's gonna stick with it, throws it off the wall once again. Has to beat one more, but the 50 doesn't go his way as Chancellor takes it up the wall, sends it out mid. His teammate's there, has to get a dangerous 50. And Mr. Marino, a big shot on net, and nobody from Kiwis was quite ready for that one there.
A huge shot, and Dorfin and Chancellor just menaces in the midfield there, and just powerful enough as Mr. Marino to get it by the last defender, and huge play there for Aurora, and they're right back in this one. 138, only down by 1 goal, and that is an eternity. And obviously, as most Rocket League players know, the ball can even stay up at 0 seconds, and as long as they're within 1, they can still score as long as it doesn't touch the ground. So an eternity here for them to try to bring it back.
Yeah, it truly is. Kiwis, they're trying to extend their lead to 2 goals as they start out on the offensive half once again, but Chancellor able to shut down that attempt, but unable to clear it out of his own half as Mr. Marino, a little awkward on the backboard, but he's able to get it over 1. Music working this corner, gets it around 1, but not past Dorfin as he stays up in the air. Low boost, touches it mid, but Dre is there and he's gonna score. Nobody from Aurora was back once again, and it seems like everyone was a little too eager to get going on the offense.
Yeah, it was almost a triple commit. I think Mr. Marino's caught a little bit too far out there, and yeah, it looked like it was almost a pass attempt, but all 3 members going for that one there, and it did not work out. So Kiwis, they happily take that goal. Dre performing really well here. Oh my goodness, here comes a shot, an angle there from Dorfin. He's trying to style on him a little bit there, but 50 seconds left. Aurora's going to need something big, and Mr. Marino with the speed and the placement.
And Mr. Marino, he's gonna get big here as he puts one bottom right. Just kidding, top right there as brings it back within 1. 48 seconds left. Definitely doable for this Aurora offense that we've seen all series so far. As the ball, it is going to go in favor of Aurora. Chancellor off the ceiling, not able to follow it up as Music sends it to Hydro. Tries to put it on target, but unfortunately not able to put it there in time. As Dre working the corner, gets 2 to commit as Dorfin gets it out, gets past 1, gets over 2, has an open net. Can he score? Yes, he can! And we have a tied game here with under 30 seconds.
Oh my goodness, there goes Dorfin. He gets it by 1, finds the demo as he's falling through, and just flips it into the net there. What a huge play from Dorfin to tie things up. Only 27 seconds left, and now it looks like we're in golden goal territory. Next one is probably going to win this game.
Absolutely, and this is where Aurora, they can come back and push it to match point, or Kiwis, they can force at least 4 games here as Marino shutting down the midfield, gets over 2, just has to beat 1, but Hydro able to stand tall as Hydro goes up the wall, sends it down mid, but Dorfin already there, and both of the Kiwi players electing to go back, play it safe, and we are going to have overtime here. And I gotta ask, Rockerman, which team do you think is gonna take this one?
Oh, it's really hard to say, Pogos. I think both these teams have had their good opportunities. Dre's going for a flip reset there. Okay, here we get a little mechanical. And I mean, the Kiwis, they started out so strong, but Aurora, they have that battle back mentality, but I'm so scared that they're going to overcommit. So honestly, Pogos, I couldn't tell you. If Aurora cuts down these overcommits, I think they can win, but I mean, if Dre's going to style him, he's going to take it all the way. He's just going to do it himself. Oh my goodness, Dre is having a performance here as he takes it all the way. Look at the mechanics here in the Novice League.
Oh my, Dre, he's been going up in the air all day today, and you know, we saw a few close double touches, especially in game 1, but now he's just going to pull out the air dribble to secure it for Kiwis. And I mean, what else could you really ask from them? They've improved their shooting percentage, in Aurora, you know, it looks like very similar shots to last time. Once again, only 5, but I mean, Aurora, they have the quality, but again, this time not the quantity. So they're really gonna have to up the defense and up the offense twofold here to take on Kiwis.
Yeah, I think they do probably need to get a couple more shots here, Puggles, as we head into game 3. But you know, the defense was still solid for the most part, but you know, Kiwis were able to, you know, I think a lot of the time they're just pull out some better offense. You know, sometimes just good offense can beat good defense. No matter what you do on defense, sometimes someone just puts a good shot, sometimes just make a good play, and I think that's a lot of what happened in the last game. The Kiwis just had, you know, some good performances there, especially led by Dre, and now we're gonna have to see head into game 3, a crucial game 3. Who is gonna take this one? And you know, maybe, Puggles, if things are going the way that they have been, we could be seeing a 5-game series, but this game, you know, obviously the most important one yet to give themselves one away from match point.
Absolutely, as Aurora, they've already had 2 5-game series so far this season. Why not just add a third one? As Chancellor, he's looking for the offense here, but not able to put it on target. Dorfin trying to get going once again here in game 3. Chancellor over to Marino, but Marino not able to connect with the ball as Music looking to break out. Gets over one. He's not going to be able to follow it as Marino with a bunch of time in his corner. He's just going to put it right back into safety. The ball a little bit awkward. All 3 Aurora players go. Music, he can control it. He has a dangerous opportunity here for Kiwis as Hydro puts it under. Not able to put it on target though, as Chancellor looking for the open space, but Dre, he's everywhere. He goes up the wall once again. Can he do something? He has the flip. Music there to help him out. But now Twisted Hydro. Last one back. A huge dunk by Marino. And it's going to go in. And a bit of an overcommit here from Kiwis is going to result in a goal going the other way, Rockerman.
Yeah, that's the one thing, you know, when someone's getting mechanical like that, in Dre, Music, he just got a little bit too aggressive. He wasn't sure, you know, Dre was actually going to, you know, the flip reset like he did, and that overcommit definitely cost the Kiwis there. We were talking about Aurora overcommitting, but this time it was the Kiwis on, you know, just getting a little bit over aggressive there. And Aurora, a great counterattack, and now they're in the lead here, and we'll see if they can either hold on to it or add to it.
Yes, Aurora strike first, but this might just go in. A huge save from Chancellor, able to throw it off his own backboard, and Kiwi's not able to respond, but Dre, a great shot, and now he's looking for more. This Dorfin, a little awkward in the corner. Hydro sends it out mid. Dre is there, not able to put it on target. Just gonna have it go up to the other corner. Chancellor up in the air, puts it past over one. Dorfin off the backboard. Marino, he's up, puts it into the corner. Dorfin is gonna try and stick with it, but Dre able to get a big clear. He's gonna try and follow it up. Chancellor gets it out of his own corner, gets over two. Dorfin's up, puts it into the Kiwi corner. Tries to get the double, but he doesn't. Oh, Mr. Marino double commit with Chancellor. Puts it over the bar. And that was another opportunity to extend their lead. Unfortunately, it's going to go by the wayside as Marino pops it up. Music there. Keeps it close. He's going to get another touch. 50's Chancellor. And Dre able to clean up the loose change. Dorfin not able to read it. Loose ball off the backboard, but Marino able to get back in time. The ball still dangerous here. Marino sticking with it, gets a ground pinch. Dorfin able to help him out, and this Kiwi team just is having that guy third sit so far back, and they're just able to clean up all of these big clears from Aurora here, Rocket Man.
Yeah, they really are, and you know they're only down by one goal, and usually when you're up by a goal, that's when you kind of see someone sitting back and you're playing patient. You think the Kiwis would want to be a little bit more aggressive because that's what worked before. Is here comes Hydra throwing it off the backboard, but yeah, not super aggressive from the Kiwis. But you know, I expect as things kind of ramp up here towards the end in the final minute and a half here, we should see the Kiwis start to try to put on some more pressure to try to tie it up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Oh, the ball loose. The demo, it's gonna go in, and Dre gets kind of a fluke goal as it floats over one, and the third man there, he just got deleted by Hydro.
We look at Hydro. That is so savage right there. The ball just slowly rolling into the net, and Hydro says, "I will eliminate you." And you wiped him off the field there, and that is exactly what the Kiwis needed. They tie things up here in Game 3, looking to put themselves on match point.
Yes, this match point very important for both of these teams.
Oh!
It's gonna go up the post. Dre is there. The ball just bounces straight out. Hydro just gonna drive at it, try and get some 50 as he's last back. No boost. Sticks with it. Goes up the wall once again. No boost. I don't think anyone on Aurora knows this, as nobody's challenging. Dorfin, he gets by one, but Dre able to clean it up right away. Hydro, the third back, has some boost, tries to work around the corner. Chancellor gets the 50 mid, tries to bump Music. Music able to get it away, but Dorfin, again, working these corners once again, gets it out mid, but nobody from Aurora is there, as Dre has a big opportunity to clear. Doesn't get it by Marino, but Dorfin's up, trying to read it. Fortunately, not able to find the angle this time, as Music throws it into this purple corner. Ball just keeps on flying between corners here as Dre working the purple corner, sends it out mid. He has an open net. Music puts it way over the bounce. Dangerous. Mr. Marino able to get a crazy 50 off of Dorfin, or off of the Kiwi attacker, as Music pops it mid for Hydro. The ball's still dangerous. Dorfin is going to walk it out, but Marino's going to throw it off the sidewall. He's going to try and keep working it down the wall. The ball awkward. Hydro able to get back in time. And it looks like this ball might go down, but it stays up. Dre tries to put it to his teammate in the corner, but once again, Rocket Man, we got another overtime.
You guys are really playing a close series here. I mean, when you have two teams at 2-0, you expect it to be close, but a huge miss and a huger save comes through. Huger is not a word, but it works there. That is so big for them. I mean, I did not think he was going to get back to that save there, Puggles, what he did. And these two teams, they are doing battle right now here, trying to stay undefeated on the season.
Absolutely, as Music tries to take it into his own hands, gets a doozy almost, but unable to find it as Marino is going to try and pop it out, gets it up and over one, and Music is going to control it, keeps it low, goes for the 50, rolls up the wall, Chancellor up off the wall, sends it mid. Is anyone there? No. But Dre, he's going to try and clean it up. Chancellor gets a pass back to Marino, but Hydro cuts it off. Ball bounces to mid, dangerous, and Dre, he's there once again, and he's going to secure it in Game 3.
Dre is having such a great series right now. He's just right there, whatever you need. It's so quick on these jumps, too. That's impressive here from a novice, and, you know, to get the dub there, that is huge. And Puggles, I gotta say, man, looking at these novice players, I'm so impressed with the mechanics and the ability that they have. I mean, Dre, a huge 2-goal performance to lead his team here, but man, Puggles, if you showed me this, you showed me this a couple seasons ago, and so these guys were novice, I'm telling you, they're all smurfing. They're smurfing their butts off, Puggles, out here. But I mean, this is just novice nowadays. It's not the same, missed mechanics. I mean, obviously there's still some mistakes. Nobody's perfect out here, especially in the second lowest league in Nemesis. But I mean, the mechanics are there from pretty much all these guys, and it's just capitalizing on these mistakes, capitalizing on these rotation mistakes, and Kiwis did it best there, and Dre, he was that guy. He was that guy for the Kiwis in that game, and now Kiwis find themselves one win away from starting off the season 3-0.
Exactly, and now we move to Game 4 here. Aurora, they need to win this game to force that Game 5, and Rocker Man, I noticed here in Game 1 that we were saying Dorfin's name like crazy, and recently he hasn't had the most impact on the field. What do you think Dorfin in particular needs to do to try and find that Game 1 form that he had?
Yeah, I mean, he had some really good impact, and I think, maybe just there's a little bit of an adaptation here in this game from Aurora. They're probably trying to adapt a little bit too much to the Kiwis. Maybe we don't know. Maybe we just expected Dorfin to be the pop-off guy, but maybe this is more their style here with Mr. Marino. And Chance to lead the way in. Well, Puggles, how about he just put one? How about he just puts one in the net there for us? I mean, we ask and we shall receive.
No, Dorfin, he's been listening, and he must have been a little upset after those past few games, so he's gonna shove a goal in early here to make us eat our words. And yeah, and I mean, this is the first time Aurora has led since Game 1 when they scored within the first 30 seconds. So maybe we're seeing a repeat here as Dre, once again, not able to find the double touch, but every time he gets so close, one of these, they're just gonna hit and we're gonna go crazy. But Dorfin, he takes it up in the air, gets over one, it gets over two, but Dre able to shut it down early. Now Mr. Marino, the third one back, puts it on target, but Hydro able to save it away early. Dre throws it into this purple corner, makes it a little awkward here for Aurora as they look to break out, but the demo on a Chancellor is going to cut that in half as Dorfin has to 50 Dre to get it out, manages to 51, has to 52, and Music, he misses the ball, it's an open net. Dorfin is going to put it in once again, and only a minute 15, and Aurora's up 2.
Yeah, and Dorfin's got the 2 goals here. I mean, Music just trying to be a little bit too fast, and I think that's the one thing here. These guys are trying to get the speed up, Puggles. That's the difference between a lot of these lower leagues and the higher leagues. It's the speed. It's being consistent at higher speeds, and I think these guys know that. They know, hey, we got to be quick. We got to be ready to challenge the ball. We got to be ready to go up, and sometimes you can try to be too quick, as you just saw there, and oh my goodness, sometimes you can be too slow, as that one almost went in the net. So it's a little bit of a balancing act there, but Aurora, they've got the speed so far. And they got 2 goals from Dorfin, and we'll see if they can keep 2 it. Oh my goodness, Dre almost with an insane redirect there.
Yeah, Dre, he's been the standout player here for this Kiwis roster. We're gonna need to see him work his magic here once again as Dorfin breaks it out of his own half. Music there to cut it off early. Two Kiwis go up. Mr. Moreno's able to beat both of them. Dorfin puts it on target. Dre, awkward, and Dorfin has a hat trick here within the first 2 minutes.
Dorfin just popping off. We wanted to see some more. This ball it's a little bit of a pinch, catches Dre out, and Dorfin the hattie. Yeah, like you said, in under 2 minutes, the man's got a hat trick. We didn't see him much in games 2 or 3, but we're seeing him in game 4, and right when they needed him most. Yeah, he's performing well. Looking to put that game 5 alert in the chat and in the Discord here, and we'll see if the Aurora can hold on or if the Kiwis can mount another comeback.
Yeah, Kiwis, they're gonna need all three of them to pop off this time as Music, he's up in the corner, tries to look for the shot on target, not able to find it. As Dorfin, he gets 50'd and Chancellor able to rush back in time, gets the save, but Mr. Moreno unable to clear it out. Now he gets the pass from his teammate, working the corner, gets past one, just has to beat another and a huge dominus flick there, but it is going to go to Chancellor on the other side of the field as Dre can try and follow this with no boost. Mr. Moreno tries to put him middle, but Hydro there to cut it down. Music working this corner, gets by one, not by two, but Dre up in the air. He's been dangerous every time he's been up here. Gets over one, tries to go under Marino, but unfortunately not able to find it. As Twisted Hydro puts it mid, but Music, he's caught out up forward too far, and Dorfin, he has number 4.
He's got 4, baby, as he just bangs this one from all the way downfield, catching the Kiwis out. And you know, the Kiwis, Puggles, I think, you know, obviously you're down by 3, you gotta be a little bit more aggressive. I think that time, you know, maybe just got caught out there, and sometimes it happens. But now as they find themselves down 4-0, you know, it's gonna be near. I wouldn't want to say it's impossible, but it's gonna be very difficult for them to find 4 goals in 2 minutes here. But if they do, they can win the series. Otherwise, we're gonna be looking at a game 5.
Yeah, and basically you're here for the last 2 minutes. You gotta look to Kiwis to see if they're gonna gain any good momentum here, as all three of them commit, not able to score the goal though. But the ball still stuck on this purple half as the ball goes mid for Music. Music puts it on target, and Chancellor not able to fall from the heavens to save it this time, as you know, Kiwis, they got one here and it's a good start.
And Music just putting this one towards the net, and Chancellor, my goodness, he just went right by that ball. A little bit of Matrix action there as he missed it, but hey, a minute 28, it's not the end of the world. It's still possible, but they're going to need one quickly, at least with under a minute left, or with at least a minute left, Puggles. I want to see a goal quickly if they're going to want a chance.
Yeah, and Dre, he looks to do that, sends it mid for Hydro. Hydro, he gets it on target, a minute 18 left, and suddenly Kiwis, they have a chance.
Yeah, that's what I was asking for, Puggles. I mean, I would say with at least a minute left, but how about a minute 18 to get 2 goals? That is easily doable here, and they've got momentum now on their side. But Aurora, they gotta lock in. They gotta cut the bleeding down. Do not let them score another one. Do not let them get a chance. It's happened to me before. It even happened this season so far. You can give up a lot of pressure. That's, oh my goodness, Trey off the crossbar, and oh my goodness, that one was so close. It could have been the one there, but it wasn't quite meant to be.
Yeah, and now Kiwis under a minute left and need to break out. This Twisted Hydro puts a shot on target, makes a defender jump, but Chancellor able to read the situation, cuts it off, sends it mid for Dorfin. Dorfin puts it wide this time as Hydro cleans it up, gets a pinch, but Mr. Moreno sitting back, able to keep it close to him, gets past Dre, but not past Music, as Hydro comes in to support, puts it off the sidewall. Music trying to get the read. As Dre puts it off the backboard, the ball is open, but Dorfin not able to get it. 30 seconds left. Kiwis, they just need one.
Oh my goodness, just calamity. Aurora, they're panicking. Mr. Reno, just a touch he should make, and Dorfin, he's just stuck on the post there. I don't think he had any boost either, and oh my goodness, can the Kiwis do it here? Aurora is panicking. Momentum all in the Kiwis' favor with 24 seconds left. They just need one goal to tie it up and at least send it to overtime.
Yeah, and now Kiwis, they need to break out once again as Dre looking to do that. Mr. Marino cuts him off this time, but Twisted Hydro bumps off Marino, but Music, big pop up in the air, 10 seconds remaining. Dre, he's going to be the first one to this ball. Dorfin, able to 50 Dre, dangerous off the backboard. Hydro's target. It's gonna go in. 2 seconds left, and they tied it up.
Oh my goodness, Puggles, I can't believe this. The Kiwis, a miracle comeback here. They were down 4-0 with like a minute and a half left, and all of a sudden, they find themselves tied here at the end of regulation. 2 seconds left even, and could they do it in regulation?
It's not looking like this. The ball goes to Hydro, tries to get it to Music, and they're gonna just take it to overtime here. As you know, Kiwis, they win this. It's gonna be over, but the ball dangerous already going into this green half. A big demo from Dre. Hydro has all the time in the world. Sends it out mid from Music. Music gets the pinch. Double commit from the Aurora's defense. Panicking starting to ensue as, you know, a minute and a half ago they were up. The shot not able to come through from Music. And Chancellor able to throw it to the sidewall. Get it safety for a second. The ball missed. Oh, the ball awkward. It's going to go in. Kiwis, they steal game 4 and the series here. And wow.
Oh my goodness, that is one of the most insane comebacks we've seen Puggles on stream here. I mean, they were down 4-0, and they come back just roaring. Well, a minute 30 or so left. They score 4 goals, one more in overtime, and steal the series. I thought for sure Puggles were going to a game 5, but the Kiwis, they had other plans, and it twisted Hydro. Look at that man, 4 goals. He said, Dorfin, you could score 4 goals in the first 3 minutes, first 2 minutes. You know, I could do that too in the last 2 minutes. And he did just that. And the Kiwis, I mean, wow. what a series there, Puggles, to wrap up this second match of the night.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Kiwis, they're looking pretty at 3-0. And I mean, to the World Forum, they're able to come back, score 5 goals within 2 minutes of game time. And for Aurora, just calamity in those last 2 minutes. They're not able to stop anything as Kiwis, they just kind of had their way with Aurora on that defensive end. So you really got to look on to Wednesday and see if they can bounce back here.
Yeah, definitely. You really just got to put it out of your mind, and I know the feeling. Like I was saying, this happened to my team on Monday. We were up by, I don't think it was quite 4 goals, but we're up about 3 goals towards the end there, and we gave up 3 goals. Ended up going to overtime. We ended up winning though, fortunately. But yeah, if we were to lose that game, I knew we'd been a little bit demoralized. But you know, like you said, Puggles, he's got to bounce back. It's a long season. This one, it's not the end of the world. Aurora's still 2-1, but the Kiwis, they were happy to steal that one away, and they gave themselves a great shot here to keep going on this season, and just a huge dub for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that being said, I think we're going to send it to a break. Make sure to refill on everything. I know I need to get some water after that one, and I mean, just come back and enjoy the next series. It's gonna be a banger. So we'll be back right after this break.